Curriculum content and teaching methodology will have to be improved to keep pace of the times. A lot of more attention will have to be given to faculty development. Research in our universities will have to be encouraged and rewarded. If a university cannot create the climate for research and advancement, then we have lost half the battle. Equally important is to foster partnerships between industry and academia. Classroom learning will have to be supplemented by industry practice. In this regard, the state government is encouraging several bold experiments. Following the Emerging Kerala 2012, we have initiated several projects in higher education with the help of industry. We have already launched a center for mechatronics in collaboration with Benz. We are now in advanced discussions with Bosch, Germany, to set up skill centers in all the districts of Kerala, where students can get to practice on the most sophisticated automation equipment used in industry. We are also working closely with the industries department to set up skill centers in tool and die making for fostering actual industry training in advanced and current areas of demand in industry. Encouraging partnership with international institutions is equally important for bridging the gap. There should be infusion of new and fresh ideas from best practices all across the world. The government has instituted an international relations group. We have also advised all universities to set up international relations groups to identify specific areas where the universities can collaborate with foreign institutions. This year, government has launched a unique initiative called the Additional Skills Acquisition Program, ASAP, in its schools and colleges. This initiative seeks to equip students with one additional skill to a student in addition to improving his or her competence in communicative skills and IT. We are trying up with industry bodies in skill courses in the area of accounting with Institute of Cost Accounts of India in the area of finance, with leading stock exchanges and finance institutions, in technical courses with BSNL and several others. We further propose to tie up with all the major electronics industry associations on courses in electronics. Once ASAP is fully implemented, the higher education offered in our colleges will become attractive, both as centers of learning in the basic area of studies and also where skill competencies of our students too get built up in the process. Our target is to cover nearly 3 lakh students during the 12th five-year plan. The Higher Education Council is drawing up plans for creating the State Assessment and Accreditation Council, SAC, on the lines of the National Assessment and Accreditation Council, NAC. The SAC will be a useful tool to regulate the quality of higher education and the facilities offered by our institutions. The state government constituted a high-level team to submit a report on establishing an international academic city in Kerala on the pattern of the Dubai Academic City. This high-level team has submitted its report. Government is examining this report and will be soon taking a decision on this to set up an international academic city in the state. I believe these are bold steps in the right direction. The third and equally important challenge is to create an enabling policy framework for higher education. In June 2012, the Honorable Chief Minister and myself had detailed discussions with several educationists and the Vice Chancellors. Government published a policy paper on the website inviting comments. I am glad to say that we have received several comments. Many of the suggestions that we received are of great potential in addressing the challenges of quality and meeting the investment deficit in the higher education sector. There has been a strong demand raised for autonomous colleges in the state. There has been a strong endorsement of the need for creating a new technological university in the state. Many feel that the existing university acts make university administration very cumbersome and inefficient. They have suggested a simplified and progressive university act. Some of the suggestions revolve around greater teacher and institutional accountability. We have also received suggestions that the state should encourage private universities like the adjacent states of Karnataka. A few feel that Kerala should be encouraging community colleges as a means of ensuring lifelong learning and skill upgradation. One important idea that has strongly been supported is a need for creating a scholarship fund to ensure that no person is deprived of higher education just on the grounds that he or she is not able to afford it. Government is carefully examining these suggestions. After this, we hope to put in place a new policy framework in higher education. Putting in place a new policy framework alone will not be an answer to our problems in higher education. What is required is commitment on the part of all stakeholders to come together and join in the vision of building a state that becomes a role model and sets a vision for the country itself. On this occasion, I exhort this university, all the academic and non-academic staff and the students to put forward their best in taking this university to greater heights of excellence in education. I once again congratulate all the degree awardees, and I also take this opportunity to wish all of you a very happy and prosperous New Year. Thank you. With these words, I declare the convocation open. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the informative and inspiring convocation address. May I now request you to come center stage so that you could award a few of the degrees. Students in the first row, numbers 1 to 9, please line up to get your degrees. The first degree is being awarded to Dr. Lakshmi Pradeep. Dr. Lakshmi Pradeep is getting her PhD. Next, Dr. Naushad, PhD. Dr. Satish, PhD. Dr. Satish B. Dr. Srilekha M. PhD. Dr. Sushila, PhD. Dr. Sushila VD. Dr. Divya Divakar is getting her MD. Dr. Divya Divakar. Dr. Chitra KS is also receiving her MD. Dr. Chitra KS. Dr. Jayashree Neelanjeri Kandil is also receiving her MD. Dr. Smita R. Menon is receiving her MD. Dr. Smita R. Menon. Dr. Neema P. is receiving her MD. Dr. Neema P. Dr. Remya Sri Kumar is also receiving her MD. Dr. Remya Sri Kumar. Mr. Sandeep is getting his MBA. Mr. Sandeep P. Mr. Feroz Kannamcheri Chalil is getting his MCJ. Feroz Kannamcheri Chalil, MCJ. Suneet AC, MCA. Suneet AC will get his MCA. Mujibur Rahman, Mr. Mujibur Rahman K is receiving his LLB. Ms. Jiddu MU is receiving her MPhil. Ms. KT Vidya is receiving her MPhil. Ms. KT Vidya. Ms. Ammu TJ is receiving her post-graduation. Ammu TG, post-graduation. Anit Teresa Anthony, PG. Anjana S, PG. Anupa MS, her post-graduation. Anupa MS. Mr. Anwar P, post-graduation. Anwar P. Atul Anand SG, post-graduation. Atul Anand SG. Mr. Binoy Vishwan KP, post-graduation again. Binoy Vishwan KP. Ms. Dalia M. George, post-graduation. Dalia M. George. Ms. Deepa KB, post-graduation. Ms. Deepa KB. Divyashri P, post-graduation. Divyashri P. Ms. Fasila Mohammed PV, post-graduation. Ms. Fasila Mohammed PV, post-graduation. Harish PR, post-graduation. Thank you, Honorable Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Rubb. We request the Vice-Chancellor to give away the next few awards.